All right, good morning. Welcome to our, I believe this is 11th or 12th annual Fulton County Schools Football Media Day. It is such an honor to be here. It's such an honor to serve as your Director of Athletics for Fulton County Schools. I'm just extremely proud of the work that's being done in Fulton County, and definitely with Fulton County Athletics. And coaches, players, you guys you guys always kick off the year for us, and I just think it's great. As I told the coaches in the back, it's so amazing to be here in August, July and August, to see you guys, and then in December, I'm looking at who's still standing, and so it's always an honor. I'd like to start our program today by thanking the College Football Hall of Fame for having us and hosting us another year, and their hospitality is always A1. I would also like to acknowledge members of our school board, our superintendent, and our cabinet members that are in attendance this morning. Thank you, because your work with our students and our communities definitely does not go unnoticed. I also want to thank BSN Sports, our title sponsor for this. They do such a great job. They donate the food. They donate these nice shirts that you're going to get. They do so much great work for us in our school district, so I definitely want to give them a big thank you. And then lastly, I'd like to just thank you, athletes, coaches, ADs, teachers, principals. Thank you for the work that you do in our school communities, because without you, there is no us. There's no us in what we do. So thank you again. But again, just want to thank and welcome everyone here today. Football is what brings these communities together. And on Friday nights, just to be able to put everything aside, all differences, and just represent your school community, represent your school colors, that's what it's about. And so I'm really looking forward to exciting things this year from Fulton County Schools and Fulton County Athletics. What I'll do now is I'm going to bring up our school board vice president, Ms. Francesca Warren. She's going to say a few words for.
Thank you guys for having me. Before we start, I just want to acknowledge my fellow school board members, those who are here and those who were not able to come. If we have Dr. Moranci, please stand. Miss Kimberly Dove, if you can please stand. Dr. Mike Looney, our superintendent, and our cabinet members who are here. I want to start off by saying that before I got into this board seat, I didn't know anything about football, nothing. And so the endless nights of me going to football games on Friday nights, I'm short, y'all, really helped me not only understand football, but also the community that it brings for our schools. Every Friday night about 7:30, you can go through almost any South Fulton school, and you can see the kids are out, they're playing, and the community is there rallying around them. So coaches and kids, as you're sitting here and you're happy about the first day of school and the first game, just know that as a board, we support you, that we are constantly thinking about how we can make sure that athletics is a priority. And most importantly, we know that this is just the beginning of your journey in life, and that this football game is going to teach you very important lessons. Thank you. I'm going to bring up Dr. Looney, school superintendent.
Well, good morning, scholars and athletes. How are you today? You know, it's been said many times over that athletes play like they practice. And I know you've been giving up your summer, doing two days here and there, and getting ready for the season. So I just want to encourage you to continue to practice so that you can play in a way that you practice. And in some ways, there's really a larger lesson here, because life is about practicing, isn't it? Every day it's about practicing to becoming a better human being, a more productive person, a more giving person, a more compassionate person, a more empathetic person. So as you practice on the gridiron, you will play on Friday night. And as you practice in life, you will live out your life in that way. Because football is life, right? Right? So I want to say these final words to you. Winning is important, and it's why we're here. It's why you sacrifice your daily lives to grind it out, to lift weights, to hit, to learn the plays, because you want to win. But the reality is, just by you showing up makes you a winner. And as you practice to win, and as you live your life to win, I'd like to encourage you to remember this. Winning is important, but it's not everything. Winning with dignity and honor and character, or losing with dignity, honor, and character, is much more important than just winning at all costs. So my encouragement to you is this. Go try to win. Leave it on the field. Don't leave anything behind. But don't sacrifice your dignity, your self-respect, your humanity, or your character just for the W. If you carry yourselves with dignity, respect, and character, the W's will add up. But you'll be much more proud of those wins. So let's go win.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Looney. Thank you, Ms. Warren, for those words, those encouraging words. As you guys know, each year, we always try to have someone here to give some words and tell their story. And I think we've had phenomenal speakers in the past. This speaker is definitely special. He's a husband, he's a father, collegiate athlete, entrepreneur, author. Inky Johnson is one of the most highly sought after speakers in the world. For over a decade, executives, professional sports teams, business owners, and people all over have benefited from the raw energy of his thought-provoking and inspirational presentations. Whether the topic is leadership, teamwork, excelling in the midst of adversity, embracing change, mental agility, or perseverance, Inky's message is effective and efficient. Inky's gift of being an effective communicator has allowed him to cross over into different industries. He's a leader called upon by leaders. A partial list of his clients include Chick-fil-A, Dell Technologies, Aflac Insurance, Cook's Pest Control, State Farm, AT&T, Comcast, Coca-Cola, Bank of America, Stryker, the University of Tennessee, the University of Alabama, the University of Texas, the University of Oregon, UCLA, Clemson, the Orlando Magic, New York Knicks, Minnesota Timberwolves, the New England Patriots, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Los Angeles Rams, Baltimore Ravens, Chicago Cubs, and even your own Atlanta Braves. Inky has earned his master's degree in sports psychology from the University of Tennessee, where he was a 3-year letterman, a 2-year captain on the football team. He started at cornerback. In his junior year, he was projected to be a top 30 draft pick. Unfortunately, on September 9th, 2006, he sustained a life-threatening, career-ending injury that paralyzed his right arm and hand. From that day to present day, Inky has had a burning desire to use his situation and experiences to add value to people's lives. Inky's words have resonated all over the world. The one thing that we all have in common is that we will encounter adversity, but we will have to decide how we respond to it. My arm and my hand are paralyzed, but my heart isn't. My mind isn't. My dedication isn't. My work ethic isn't. My commitment isn't. Inky is on a mission to serve and is someone that takes tremendous pride in what he does. Inky is the host of Serendipity with Inky Johnson podcast. He devotes his time to mentoring athletes and underprivileged youth, and is one of the founders of the Inky and Allison Johnson Foundation. Inky and his wife Allison live here in Atlanta, Georgia with their 2 children, Jada and Inky Jr. So without further ado, I want to present to you Mr. Inky Johnson.
Good morning. First and foremost, I want to say extreme honor and privilege to be here. As somebody, I was raised in Atlanta. This means a lot to me. Sports is a game, is a vehicle that changed my life, and I'm forever grateful for it. But I'm also cognizant, man, whenever you do an event like this, it's a lot of people behind the scenes that play a part in making it happen. And so can we give the individuals that made today happen a hand, please? Athletes, coaches, everybody present, I want you to just think for a second, just around sports, and pose the question every single day when you get the opportunity to do it, what do I want from it? And what am I trying to accomplish as an individual? I view it different because I almost lost my life behind it. I started playing when I was 7. Me and my cousins in the southeast corner of this city, Kirkwood, Zone 6, and we started playing in the street, light pole to light pole, street lights pop on, 10 minutes before we had to go in the house. And I was being raised by a 16-year-old mother. And we were at 125 Warren, and at 125 Warren, it was a 2-bedroom home. There was 14 of us living there. First time I slept in a bed by myself was when I went on my official visit to the University of Tennessee. And I'll never forget, the guy said to me, "Hey man, have you ever been to a sorority party?" I was like, "Nah, man, I've never been." They said, "We going tonight, man, we're gonna have a great time." I was like, "All right, cool." I said, "Do you mind taking me back to my room?" They said, "Yeah, we'll take you back to your room to get changed." And we pull up to my room and I get out. I say, "Hey fellas, I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow." They said, "Man, are you sick?" I was like, "Nah, I'm not sick." They said, "Man, we gotta go to the party, man, we're gonna have a great time." I said, "Man, no disrespect, but it's my first time being in a room with my own bed. I got a king size bed, man, bump that party." They said, "You ain't got a bed at home?" I said, "Nah." They said, "Where you sleep?" I said, "On the floor." And so when I got there, my perspective was shifted because I was playing for something that was totally different. When I went in the back and they had the Chick-fil-A there, the Waters, and I got a sandwich, I came out, gave my son a sandwich. My 14-year-old son is here with me today. He plays baseball, basketball, does digital photography, so I got him here, putting him to work, taking pictures. But one of the things that I really respect about Chick-fil-A, man, is rain, sleet, or snow at Chick-fil-A, it's always gonna be somebody out front with that iPad saying, "My pleasure." I'm talking about it could be getting down, it's still somebody out there, "My pleasure." Talking about it could be 98 degrees, my man sweating, burning up, "My pleasure." And my son and daughter think it's the coolest thing in the world. They're like, "Man, that's so cool." I'm telling you, everybody don't operate like that. I said, "Man, you go to Popeyes, they might throw a biscuit at you, man." I'm like, everybody don't operate like that. And I get invited to Chick-fil-A to speak. And they invite me to do devotional. And I go and I do a devotional, and I get an opportunity to speak to Chick-fil-A like 5 times. And so when they bring me on campus, they show me all this stuff. It's phenomenal, right? And as they're showing me all this stuff, my wheels are turning. And the gentleman, when he gets done speaking, he says to me, "Hey, Ink, do you have any other questions?" I said, "Actually, I do." I said, "How do you all create the spirit that we encounter in the street?" I said, "Because I know people ain't just showing up saying, 'Yeah, man, I'll stand outside in the rain with an iPad and say my,' I know people ain't just showing up like that. I know people not showing up and saying, 'I'll stand in the heat and say my,' people ain't just showing up. How do you all create that?" He said, "Did you see the warehouses across the street?" I said, "Absolutely." He said, "We own those." I said, "Y'all Chick-fil-A, y'all probably own a lot of real estate in Atlanta." He told the guy, "No, take him to the warehouses across the street." And we go over and we walk into the warehouses, and it was full-blown Chick-fil-A's in the buildings, like a standalone. Drive-through, bicycles, money, fake money, everything that you see in a standalone Chick-fil-A, it's just warehouses full of just Chick-fil-A stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, before you ever meet them in the street, we bring them in here and we let them practice. So we let people come, disrespect them, give them fake money, do all this stuff to them. So by the time you meet them on the street, the external factors no longer matter. By the time you meet them, the rain, somebody disrespect, them saying my pleasure, they simulated it. I was like, oh, they practice it. And you try to tell an athlete to practice and go about their business a certain way, and they like, nah, it ain't that deep, but it is that deep. It's like when you tell kids how you do anything is how you do everything. How you do small things is how you do everything. I know firsthand. I almost lost my life September 9, 2006. I started playing when I was 7 in this city. Coaches changed my life. A coach stopped in a blue pickup truck and signed me and my cousins up to play ball because my mom was working a double shift at Wendy's and she couldn't afford it. My senior year at Krim High School, a coach came to our high school from Douglas High School. Nobody wanted to coach us. We were one of the lowest performing public schools in the state. And the first day he accepted the job, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't confident. I was like, man, everybody been saying they're going to accept the job. They've been leaving. He takes the job. He calls me. He says, hey, Ink, man, I'm the new coach. I'm going to come. You going to come to practice? I was like, nah, man, actually, man, I'm going to go to the NBA. Thought I could hoop. I could dunk a little bit, play a little point guard. He was like, oh, okay, cool. He said, while you at it, man, I want you to go to the library, and I want you to look on every NBA roster, and you tell me how many 5'9" point guards you see. He said, then I want you to look on some NFL rosters, and you tell me how many 5'9", 5'10" cornerbacks you see, and you give me a call back. I hung up the phone. I sprinted to the library. I looked on every NBA roster. I didn't see one 5'9" point guard. I called him back. I was at practice the next day. We sat in his office. He said, man, I'm going to make a deal with you. He said, you give me everything you got, I'm going to give you everything I got. He said, what school do you want to go to? I said, I just want to go to college. I said, man, I'm in a 2-bedroom home with 14 people. I just want to go to school. It wasn't about Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama. I just wanted to go to school, man. I just wanted the opportunity. After my first 2 games, I had 6 touchdowns. He put together a tape. He started to send it out. That coach present day is Darren Miles, who coaches at Carver, Atlanta. I'll fight a bear for him. The coach that signed me up to play Little League ball is a construction worker. Worked at Kofor Brothers in Tucker. Me and Thomas Brown, who's the passing game coordinator for the Patriots, we were his running backs. But he picked me up in the street. And we were at the registration table. He had signed up so many kids. He wasn't planning to coach. He had signed up so many kids. The lady at the registration table said, hey, man, you've paid for so many kids. Won't you just coach? He was like, all right, cool. And I was standing by the door, and she said, we're going to put him on your team. He's like, all right, cool. And I would watch him. I watched how he treated people. Watch how he spoke to people. Watch how he dealt with people. And one night, they wouldn't let my mom off work. And she called him. And I was sitting on the bench after practice. And she said, Coach, they won't let me off work. Can you please take Inky home? He said, sure, no problem. And we pull up to my house. I get out. I thank him. I said, can I ask you a question? He said, sure, what you got, Ink? I said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I really want to understand this. He opened his door, got out of his truck, walked around, stood directly in front of me. He said, son, first and foremost, you can't disrespect me. He said, I love you. First man to ever tell me he loved me. A coach told me he loved me before my own father did. He said, what you got, Ink? I said, why do you live life the way you live it? Why do you treat people the way that you treat them? Why do you do what you do? He said, I'm going to share something with you, and I don't want you to ever forget it. And in its simplicity, it was yet profound. And all he said to me was, as long as you can live your life and make sure that somebody else's life is okay, he said, son, God will always make sure that your life is okay. And he got in his truck and he left. I stopped viewing sports as a game a long time ago, man. I view sports the same way I view this stage. It was a platform I got provided to cultivate a certain level of excellence and greatness. One day when I was done with it, there's certain things I could extract from it to apply to other areas and aspects of my life to make me a decent human being. Like if you haven't heard anything else I've said, man, hear me when I tell you this. Who you are as a person will always be far more important than who you are as an athlete. I know personally. That's why I say to people, man, my arm and my hand got paralyzed. My heart didn't. My mindset didn't. My dedication didn't. I got cut 6 times down my left thigh, 1 time across the left side of my neck, 1 time across the right, twice through my right ribs, cut out my right pec, bottom of my armpit to the bottom of my hand, 350 staples in my body, bandaged me from my neck to my knees. This ain't lip service. And the week prior, I was bench pressing 350 pounds, running a 4.38 in the 40-yard dash, being a cornerback in the SEC, coming off the edge, blitzing, lining up, going one-on-one against the best of the best. And I went to make one tackle that I knew how to make 10, 20, 30 different ways. And 2 hours later, I was in the emergency room fighting for my life. It changed. It showed me the fragility of life, but I was grateful for it because it allowed me to see a different side of my teammates. It allowed me to see a different side of my coaches. It allowed me to see a different side of my village. I remember my teammates going in my closet, making sure all my shoes were tied because I had paralyzed my right arm and hand and I couldn't do it. I remember my boys showing up saying, hey, Ink, we're gonna take you to rehab, man, for your arm. I remember my coaches showing up, hey, Ink, how you doing? What can we do for you? It showed me a different side of people that made me realize that sports was greater than a game. And so when you show up every single day and you work, man, and you get the opportunity to do it, because oftentimes when you're young, I was young. And if I could be real with you, bro, it was a point in time in my life, I felt like God put me on this earth to play football. I felt like God put me on this earth to play this game. I loved everything about it. I loved the way the grass smelled. I loved watching equipment managers watch that. I loved everything about it. I would be in the stadium, guys would be like, man, you see that girl on the third row? I'm like, bro, I love the way the grass, I loved everything about the game. I loved it. And when I lost it, it changed me because it showed me a different side of it. But the spirit remained the same. The mindset remained the same. The work ethic, the dedication, the commitment that I had cultivated through the game, it remained the same. Like, not the cheap stuff. Not the stuff that's predicated upon if I get what I want, if a coach say what I want him, not that. But the commitment that says, can I stay true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've set it in has left. I was talking to a buddy that coaches this morning at 5:45 this morning. He just got back from a football tournament in Florida. He took a little team down there. They done went down there, won a couple of games, then they end up getting beat, smashed. He's like, man, my coaching staff, we fell apart and we were trying to get the guys to do this and do this. I was like, cool, why did y'all fall apart? Say, you know, we've been winning a lot, man, and we haven't faced much opposition. I said, man, listen to me, man. He said, the one thing that discourages me sometimes with my son, he plays sports a lot. And you hear people come out and say to a team, hey, you got to be mentally tough. They say to a team, hey, you got to respond. Hey, you got to keep your composure. Hey, you got to handle situations with the right perspective. But you never see the people that's leading them model it. Right? You got to model it. And so now when you act, it's just like leadership. At one point in my life when I got to college, I was a terrible leader. I didn't have much patience. Right? Because if somebody couldn't do something the way I wanted them to do it, I was done with it. I was a terrible leader. And then I got to a point to where I wanted to learn how to first support and then challenge. I was just challenged because I came up in that type of environment. So if I saw a teammate and I felt like, bro, you got more in you, let's go, man. Like, don't tap out. Like, don't fall. Like, let's go. And I would challenge. Certain guys would receive it. Other guys would fall by the wayside. And I realized as a team and as a unit, if I wanted everybody to move forward, I had to first be willing to support and then challenge. So the challenge has legs to stand on. You really care about your teammates, man. Because you're not just cultivating something for the next 3 to 4 years. You're cultivating a spirit that can sustain you for the next 30 to 40 years. It's a blessing to do this, man. And oftentimes as athletes, we show up and we act as if we God's gift to the game. We're not God's gift to the game. God has gifted you to be able to play the game. And so the least that we can do is give God everything we got. I'm going to land the plane with this. When I see most athletes, they remind me of my freshman roommate at Tennessee. I'll never forget, we get there and we get our financial aid checks. And I got $3,500. I had never had $3,500 before. My roommate got $4,000. I said, hey man, it's a Bank of America at the end of campus. I'm gonna go put my money in the bank. I said, you should come with me. He said, nah, I'm about to go spend this. I said, man, you might not get that much for a while, man. Come, just put a little bit in the bank. He said, all right, man, I'll come with you. We go, I put mine in the bank. He did what he did. He got a card, and we go straight to West Town Mall in Knoxville. My boy walked in the store. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. Boy walk in, let me get those Jordans, let me get them shorts, that hat. My boy walk in, rack up. He get to the counter, lady's ringing it up. He gives her the card, she swipes the card. Card didn't go through. He looked at me, I said, don't look at me, big money, tight grip. Look at her, you the baller. Look at her. He said, ma'am, can you swipe it again? I know I got the money. Football office gave it to me. She swipes it a second time, didn't go through. He looked at me. I said, look at her, sir. Look at her. He said, can you try it one more time? I know I got the money. She swiped it a third time, and I'll never forget what she said to him. It didn't go through, and she was handing him the card back. And as she was handing him the card back, I'll never forget, she said, you probably got the money, but you haven't even pulled a strip off the back to activate it. I said, you're a clown, man. And when you see most young athletes, you're like, man, you're so gifted. You're so talented, you're so skillful, but you haven't even pulled a strip off the back to activate it. Not just being great as an athlete, being great in the classroom, being great in the community, being a great son, being a great friend, but what we're cultivating and what we're blessed to be a part of every single day. See, we live in a world, man, that's so transactional. And so you're gonna hear people talking about winning, losing all the time. I tell my own kids, sometimes it ain't about winning and losing. Sometimes it's about the ability to finish. Sometimes it's about when you say you're gonna do something, adversity and opposition show up, you finish because of the person that it turns you into. When it doesn't go the way you want it to, you finish because of the individual that it turns you into. The greatest gift my mother ever gave me, anything I started, I couldn't stop it. It didn't matter if I got in the midst of it and I was like, man, I don't really care for this coach. Nope. And she would always say, the person that you're gonna become as a result of the process is far more important than the person that you have to deal with in the midst of it. And so my only ask of us in this room, never allow life to make you forget why you show up, and never allow life to make you forget why you do what you do. Because in life, people don't burn out, people don't quit, and people don't shortchange because of what they do. In life, people burn out, people quit, and people shortchange because life makes them forget why they do it. That's my time. God bless you, man. Go get them. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Well, wow, I'm speechless. Thank you, Inky, for those words. And I hope you young men really soak that in. I mean, that's just awesome. We'll move along with the program, and we're going to start to bring up our head coaches and players for each of them to start talking about their season outlooks and expectations for this year. We're going to start with Alpharetta High School, and we have a new head football coach, Coach Brian Landis.
Well, aren't I lucky? I get to follow that. Good job, Inky. You know, listen, I've never listened to you in person, but I've seen a million videos, and that was phenomenal, phenomenal. You know, I'm starting to wonder if this is rookie hazing. You got to follow that up. And then I called Ben last night. I'm like, hey, Ben, what are you supposed to wear to this event? And he said, full-blown suit with M's all over it. I'm like, God dang, these guys really don't like me. But this is awesome. You know, I had the opportunity to recruit this area for a long time. And so I know the kind of talent in this area, and all you guys out there, phenomenal football players. But more importantly than that, these head coaches that are with you. You know, at some point, make sure you tell those guys thank you, because you know how many hours they put in and how much they love you. And they're all phenomenal coaches, but more importantly, phenomenal humans. So, you know, the first time in Fulton County for me, back in the high school game, and Alpharetta High School, it's our, you know, got here in February. So this thing's been rolling along. And, you know, with our program, guys, we talk about choosing hard. And we got that from a Roswell guy who is at Notre Dame now, and I heard him speak. And if you're a good coach, you steal everything you learn. And everything I've ever learned, I've stolen from somebody else or gotten from somebody else. And when, you know, I heard those words out of his mouth about choosing hard, I thought, you know, that rings a bell with Alpharetta right now. We got to make some decisions. We got to start choosing hard around our place. And I brought 4 guys with me today that do choose hard, okay? And all these guys are doing the right thing to be successful, and we're blessed to have them. And if I had, you know, 100 more of these guys, I'd feel really good about what we're doing. But these guys, I mean, they're the engine in the train right now. We got Christian Bruce right here, who plays DN. He's going to play a little O-line for us as well. Big body kid, doesn't say a word but gets after it. We got Duke Conde, who is the hardest working player that I've ever been around. And I'm talking college, high school, anything. He's what you want your program to look like. He is the face of the program, and we're blessed to have him. Behind me, I got Matt Schleddy, who's going to play quarterback for us. He's the juice of the team. Phenomenal athlete, can sling it, can run, and I'm excited for his junior year this year. It's going to be fun to watch. And then we got Big Jax Holly on my right. The thing about Jax, yeah, he's a phenomenal football player, but not often do you get to coach a guy that gives the amount of effort that he gives. He's a phenomenal talent, but without effort, it means nothing, guys. And this guy, every practice, he's coming. It don't matter if it's a scout team guys line up against or an All-American. He's coming, and I really appreciate that about you guys. Great bunch of guys. My administration, I'd like to thank Mark Glossier. He's here, our athletic director, our principal, Shifley. They've given our program everything we've needed to be successful, and obviously, Mr. Glenn, we appreciate you in Fulton County. Guys, good luck to everybody out here. We wish you all the best this year. Thank you.
All right, next we will have Banneker High School and their new head football coach, Coach Nikita Battle.
Good morning. I'm Coach Nikita Battle. This is my first year in Fulton County. I actually been coaching for about 23 years. Looking forward to coming to Fulton. Have played some great teams throughout my coaching career in Fulton County, so I know what type of talent, what type of coaching pedigree that Fulton County offers. Also want to thank Mr. Glenn for having this event, and also my principal, Dr. Golden, and athletic director, Shayna Williams. I'll start with my guys that I brought up here today. First guy is right behind me, Keelan Allen. He is a 2-year football starter, can actually run the ball. He was 1,400 all-purpose guy last year, also ran for 1,000 yards. I actually ended up coaching against him at my previous team, so I know what type of athlete he is. Also behind me is Rashawn Postel. Rashawn Postel, he's one of those type kids that's a utility player, whatever you need him to play, quarterback, running back, defensive back, corner, safety. He'll come down in the box and play linebacker. Anything that you ask him to do, he'll do it. Right now, he currently is committed to Elon University. I think he had over about 14 to 15 different D1 offers when it was all said and done. I'm very excited about being in Fulton County because now, you know, I spent a great amount of time on the west side of Atlanta when I was the head coach at Mays High School. So now I'm back in the area where I'm most familiar with. I know what type of players it is. Just excited about being here. Last year the team was 2-8, but that definitely was not a 2-8 team. So everybody that was in my region, they pretty much know that, you know, they just didn't finish. But that was a real 7 and 8 win team, but they just couldn't put it together. So that's what we were trying to do, finish, trying to put everything together, build a program, get the kids excited about being at Banneker, branding, you know, putting out the B logo out there so everybody understand that when we put that shirt on or we put that equipment on, we're not just putting it on for show, we're putting it on to make a statement. And I'm just looking forward to the season. So thank you all for having us.
All right, next we will have Cambridge High School, Coach Jones.
Good morning. First, I want to thank some people for being here today, College Football Hall of Fame for hosting a really cool event. Coach Glenn, your staff for putting this thing together. I want to thank Inky. I don't think there's anybody that couldn't get anything from what you just spoke about. I know I'm pretty fired up to kind of take some of those things and move forward, be a better coach, be a better man, better husband. So thank you for that. I want to thank our administration, Principal Agins, Coach Broadwell, our AD for being here today. Cambridge is a special place. You know, it's got great people, We have great players. We got a great community that support us. And so personally, I'm very thankful to be a part of our community and lead this program. Last year, 2024, very special year for us. It was a year full of firsts. You know, for me, my first year in Fulton County, so I'm very grateful to be a part of Fulton County. It was my first year as a head coach, so that was new and pretty exciting. As a team, it was our first 10-win season, our first trip to the quarterfinals, so a lot of exciting things that happened during the year. But, you know, our guys, we talk about it all the time, like we feel like we have kind of set us a new standard, and so now the expectations are there. And so we do feel like coming into this year, we've got a lot of returning pieces and a lot of high expectations. And, you know, we're excited for the challenge to try to meet them. And so constantly, every day, we're trying to get better. You know, everybody talks about the process. So we're just trying to trust the process, try to get a little bit better every day and see where we're at the end of the year. You know, we've got some tremendous players that helped us do the things that we did last year. I've got 4 of them up here with us today. So I'll start over here. Hudson Kashera, you know, he's just similar to what Coach Landis said. He's what you want in a football player. He shows up every day. He's early. He works his butt off. And then he's got the production to prove it. So right now he's a little banged up, but we're going to get him back. We have no doubt because, again, with the type of worker he is, he's putting all the stuff into getting his to getting his body ready as soon as we can. So we'll see on his timeline. Drew Hardwick right here. Drew is another one of those kids that you want to build your program around. He's a tremendous person, another extremely hard worker, just does his work. You know, he's about 30 pounds heavier than he was last year playing for us, so that's just a dedication to his craft. Drew is committed to Cornell, so not only is he a great football player, really smart, incredible future ahead of him. Behind me, we have Cameron Perotti. Cam is our free safety, can absolutely fly. Another really good football player for us. Right now, he's got kind of his top 3. He's going to be committed soon, and so we look for him to be kind of one of those leaders on the defense for us. And then over here to my right is Craig Dandridge. Craig is a tremendous football player, extremely athletic and explosive. You know, big play threat to score at any moment. Craig is committed to Georgia, so go Dogs, Georgia alumni. But we look for him to just be one of those leaders on our offense and on our team in general. So we expect a lot of big things out of him as well. You know, our team, like I said, we have the expectations, and you know, we're just trying to do everything that we can to meet those expectations. I heard a coach one time. He said the 2 ugliest words in life are "what if." We talk about what if, and we want to make sure that we leave no what if. So I hope you guys do the same. You know, don't look back at the end of the year and say, "Well, what if we'd have worked a little harder? What if we would have played a little more discipline?" And so, you know, that's just kind of what we preach at Cambridge, and that's what we're trying to do this year. Thank you, guys. Coaches, best of luck this year. Players, best of luck this year. Coach Glenn, thanks for having us.
All right, moving right along, we'll have the Centennial Knights led by Coach Adam Miller.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Real quick, thank you to Coach Glenn, the Director of the Board of Education, everybody for being here, put on a great event. Thank you to BSN for breakfast, as always. You know, excited to be here, excited to go into the 2025 season. I've always been told, you know, it's told many years ago, you can't out-coach a bad administration. And I'm so thankful because every day I have to live up to my administration, the standards that they set. So a huge thank you to Dr. Blackwell, our principal, for being here, our athletic director, Trey Henson, 2 of the best in the business, and been so blessed to be with them and work with them to build this thing every single day. Our program is based on 3 foundations of discipline, effort, and trust. And as we go into the 2025 season, I challenged our players to come up with a theme for the year. They've chose the theme United, which is so unique to us because we're a very, very diverse school population. You know, within our program alone, you know, we're not like many, many other schools. We've got Jewish kids, Muslim kids, kids from Guatemala, kids from Mexico. One young man speaks Mandarin, so it's hard to coach him at times. But they've done a great job of buying into each other and building this thing the right way, and I've been excited to be a part of it. To talk about the guys real quick, number 3, Emery Smith is going to be a DB for us this year, and I call him the mayor of Centennial. He is one that you hear in the hallway before you ever see, and not in a bad way. He's an infectious personality. He's involved in so many different things off the football field. He's a true example of a knight with the leadership things that he does within our community. Recently, or last summer, he won a special award. He saved 2 young people from drowning. So he's done a lot of different things, and he's been so instrumental over these last 3 years to build on this program. Next up is number 13, St. Matthew Oyedunton. I think he's like the 15th brother to come through the school for us. But St. Matthew's done a great job this offseason of buying into the process and becoming more and more vocal each and every day from a leadership perspective. Next up, number 18, Mason Klein. He's a 3-year starter for us. Since the first day I walked on campus, Mason's been a foundation for us within our program. He's one that truly lives out discipline, effort, and trust. He's done a phenomenal job. Whatever we ask him to do, he does it with everything he has, and he's a blessing to coach. And lastly, one of the things is number 7, Jake Hickox. Jake obviously is a large joker, as they say, but Jake has made us, our administration, his family, our community very, very proud. He has chosen football as an avenue to live out a greater purpose in his life and to serve his country. So Jake is committed to play football at Army, and we'll be at West Point next fall, and I just want to recognize that real quick. So thank you guys so much for a great day. We're excited to get going the 2025 season. Good luck to everybody except for Johns Creek, Chattahoochee, and Cambridge when we play you guys. But other than that, go Knights and God bless.
All right, we'll bring up Coach Carlisle and the Chattahoochee Cougars.
Once again, thank you, Coach Glenn. Thank you, Fulton County. Mr. Johnson, amazing speech. I always love this event. Growing up in South Florida, coaching down there, we don't have anything like this. This is absolutely amazing, so thank you for that. I would like to first thank my administration. Coach Short, absolutely amazing athletic director that hired me 3 years ago. He's been phenomenal, and like Coach Miller said, they do whatever we need, they do for us. We need all of our players in weight training, he gets it done. And I'd like to also thank Dr. Todd, our amazing principal. He couldn't make it today, he had an important meeting, but I also wanted to thank him. Our program is built on having high energy, having a disciplined football team, and being fundamentally sound with everything we do. Control what you can control. We've had some adversity hit, especially last week, both quarterbacks transferring, but you just got to keep moving on. And that's what we're going to do. And the last 3 days of practice have actually been our best days of practice. We've become a family. Guys are stepping up at positions they never thought they were going to step up at, and we're just super proud of every single one of those guys that have done that. The first guy on my left is Sarvesh Sakhtavul. He's been a 2-year starter at linebacker. He plays everything for us. Plays will linebacker, plays star. He also is our starting H-back now that he just started a couple days ago, so super proud of him. The next guy we have is Zaire Jackson. He starts at receiver, plays DB, and plays a couple other positions. We throw him back at kick returner, punt returner, whatever we need. He's a senior. He's also an all-region baseball player. Next guy is Rayon Sexton. He's a 3-year starter for us. He anchors down our O-line. He's our starting center. He also plays a little bit of D-tackle. And then the next guy to the right of me is Aiden Song. He's our starting guard. He's also been a 3-year starter. And the strength of our team right now is our O-line. We have 7 or 8 guys that all rotate, and they play as a team, they play as a family, and we're just looking, really looking to improve our run game from last year and really lean on our O-line this year to help us win some games. As far as our season outlook, we're returning 5 offensive starters and 4 defensive starters. We're losing a lot offensively. We're missing our starting receiver and starting quarterback from last year. But we have a lot of young guys that are going to have to step up. We have guys that are inexperienced, but we're super excited what they can do. Some of the goals that we have for this year is to build on our 5-5 record from last year. We're in the hardest region in the state. We're just hoping for our region play this year we can compete and hopefully shock some guys and make the playoffs. Thank you so much. Go Hooch.
All right, next we'll bring up Coach Dixon and Creekside Seminoles.
All right, good morning, everybody. Tribe Pride from the South Side. I say that every year, man. I'm so excited to be here. Just to start off with the thanks, thanks to the College Hall of Fame for such a great event. Thanks for Coach Glenn for putting it on and the support that he gives us. Dr. Looney and our board members, especially Ms. Warren and Ms. Dove. I've been here for 9 years, and every year they've been here with me. So I'm so excited to be around such great people who give such great support. Just thinking about it, going into my 9th year, I can remember my first year being up here and not really knowing what I'm doing. And I kind of got a little bit of control of everything. So last year, we lost in the semifinals to a Good Marriage team. Just on the outside looking in, a couple of mistakes here and there, we probably on the other side of winning a state championship. At Creekside, we've grown to just making the playoffs and winning the region to the expectation is to win a state championship. So every day I challenge my kids to work and take steps towards getting better because December 17th, we got a date with Destiny and, to win that 15th game. Talking about the young men I brought here today, we'll start with Caden Benson, our trigger man, our quarterback. Caden was all-state in pretty much every publication in the state. 2,500 yards passing, 1,400 yards rushing, over 45 total touchdowns. Not only he is great on the field, but he has a 3.5 GPA, natural leader with elite playmaking instincts, and is able to stay composed in pressure moments. We asked him to, not make the hero ball decision, but make the great decision and be consistent, and we'll do just fine to get where we need to be. Sean Williams is a 3-year starter at DB for us. He's a guy that, I've known since he's probably 6 years old because he was a Fairburn Flame. I watched him grow up. As a 9th grader, he was a receiver that really couldn't catch, but we switched him over to DB, and the light changed, and he became a really, really good player for us. He's currently committed to FAU, and he's a kid that's really grown and took major steps in Brown and our program. Javon Perry is an offensive lineman. I can remember Javon chasing him in 8th grade at Bear Creek Middle School to come over here and play football for us. He was a hooper, but he didn't make the 8th grade basketball team, so I was just trying to figure out what was going on with that. But I got him out here to play football, and I told him, I said, man, you come out here and play football, you'll be a Division I lineman. And through his hard work, he's committed to Georgia Southern to play offensive line. He's pound for pound the strongest kid on our team. I think he benches 405, squats close to 600 pounds. Is a 375-pound clean guy, but he probably runs like a 4.8, 4.9 in the 40. So he has elite athleticism to match the brute strength. And last but not least is Damian Bam Henderson. I've been knowing Damian since he was 6 years old because I watched him play at Fairburn. He's probably like the fifth or, no, he's like the fourth, right? The fourth? You got fourth sibling? Yeah, he's the fourth sibling to come through Creekside. His older brother, Dejan, played football and actually came to media day with us my 2nd year here. But he's dynamic, right? Technician at receiver, great routes, dependable hands, elite short area quickness. He's committed to Sacramento State. And, I just feel like there's not really anybody better than him. I take him over everybody. Here at Creekside, man, we committed to creating kids with high character that are character-driven competitors. And again, our goal is to win the 15th game. Good luck to all y'all, because I don't play y'all on Friday night. But if y'all was in the way, y'all would have to be like Ludacris and move. Get out the way. Try pride, guys. Have a great day.
All right, next we will bring up Coach Gordon and the Hateville Hornets.
Good morning, and thank you to the board. Thank you to Dr. Looney, Mr. Glenn, always for all your support. I'm Winston Gordon. I'm the head football coach at Hateville Charter. Again, I say it every year because I guess I'm the oldest one out of all of us. So I've been there the longest. This will be my 17th year at Hateville Charter. I started a program with no football field, no anything, and we won a state championship. We got over 122 kids playing college football, and we got 9 guys in the NFL. So obviously we've been doing something right on the south side. Today I brought Chris Booker, who's committed to University of Alabama. Jariq Johnson going to Sanford. Zion Crawford, I don't know if he's going to go to Kentucky or Alabama, wherever he want to go, it's up to him. So, and this is the first time I ever brought a junior to Media Day, Jaden Lambert, who's a new kid to us, and which is unusual for me to bring that type of kid. But he did so much this summer at University of Florida and Alabama and all the places we went this summer, and just showed the character and the drive. And then to go back and look at the grades to see over 3.0. When we have all of our kids, if you didn't know, all of our kids at Hayville Charter graduated in December. So we have one of the biggest, we're one of the biggest early colleges on the South Side, if you didn't know. So a lot of our kids graduate early. Everybody on the stage has well over a 3.0 GPA, and they're all dual enrolled at Georgia Military College, some at other different schools. So it's bigger than football with me, being an administrator. So I push more than just football, and I also make sure our kids all dual enrolled if they're playing football. So our outlook on this season is the same as it is every season. We've always made the playoffs at Hayville Charter. We try to make a deep run. So we're going to continue to do that. We got a real rough schedule. We start off with Carrollton at Carrollton, Lee County at Lee County. We got Westlake at home. So, yeah. So we all in, and you know, we don't duck any smoke. Anybody call me, I'll give you a game. We don't run from anybody. We try to build that in our kids. And we do this thing with a collective efficacy. And that's just the way that we try to build our program. And God bless y'all, and we have a great season, everybody. And we look forward to seeing y'all in December.
Okay, next we'll bring up Johns Creek and Coach Rao.
First of all, thank you very much. I appreciate Coach Glenn, Mr. Glenn there, and our board. I know you have a lot of things going on. I appreciate you being here. This is my third year at Johns Creek, my 31st coaching. I'm very excited about this year. We have a very young team. However, our future is very bright. I'm very excited about our players we have, our players coming back. Having said that, like some of our other coaches, we couldn't do that without a great administration, a great athletic director. Mr. Shear, Kirk Call, who's here today, have done unbelievable things as far as helping us in our weight room, giving us any support we needed, and I just wanted to give a shout out to them and tell them thank you very much. Going forward, our season this year, we have some very tough teams. I'm excited about it. You know, non-region, we have Cambridge High School. We have the Veterans Cup with Centennial, which I think is an incredible event that honors a lot of people. And as far as our region play, we are definitely in one of the toughest regions. We have 3 teams in the top 10 just in our region alone, but we're going to take that as a challenge and try to get excited every day about playing those teams and improving. I have some players up here I'd like to recognize first, okay? I have Elijah Antoine. He is going to be our free safety and tight end this year. He's a dual sport athlete who plays basketball and football, who has been here almost every single day working hard to improve. One of our other players, Drew Zampiri, who is a linebacker and tight end as well. He is a baseball player and a football player. He was on an all-region last year for us. He's been a good leader on the team. And our last player as well, Jake Blackwelder. Jake is a sophomore. I brought a sophomore this year. Jake had to step in last year and play some quarterback, and I was very excited about the things he did on the field. He will also play some linebacker for us as well, but he's been an incredible leader on and off the field. So, like I said, I'm very excited about this. Thank you to Mr. Glenn again and our board, and good luck to you this season. Thank you.
All right, next we'll bring up another one of our new coaches this year, Coach Andrico Hines and the Langston Hughes Panthers.
First off, I'd like to thank everybody for having us. Mr. Glenn, thank you. I'd like to thank the board. Ms. Warren, thank you so much for being here, for your support. I'm just happy to be back in Fulton County. I feel like I'm a Fulton County guy. I cut my teeth really in first year coaching, or it was my second year coaching at Creekside. I spent some time at Riverwood, and now I'm back at Langston. So I'm happy to be back here in Fulton County. And kind of like I was saying earlier, I've been in Gwinnett a little bit. This is the best county in the state, hands down. So I don't care what anybody will tell you. I will agree with Mr. Glenn. We are in the best county. But a little bit enough with me. I want to talk about the guys that I brought today. Last year, Langston Hughes finished with a loss to Milton in the state championship, so it's Fulton versus Fulton, and anytime brothers fight, somebody will win. And I hated to be on the losing end, but if it's another brother, then it is what it is. So congratulations to you guys. But Carson Baker, four-star running back committed to the University of Florida, is coming back this year. Very important piece of the offense, working on some leadership skills. He's doing a great job in the weight room, really been competing a lot this summer and pushing the other guys. So my other guy right here is my quarterback. He was part of the 2022 state championship team, and he's come back. Darnell Kelly, he's a Colorado State commit. Looking for exciting things. He's a dual threat quarterback, so I'm looking to kind of open up some things with him this year and do some things a little different than you've probably seen in the past. Last but not least, Keyshawn Braxton. He's an edge rusher, two-way guy. You know, always telling me he can catch and want to play tight end, but I want to stop the run and play some defense. So if we get up a little bit, hopefully he can get a catch or two. But as far as Langston, the standard is the standard. We have a new moniker this year to be One Hughes. So we're just working to be one team on every side. So we're excited. I hope to see some of you guys in December in the state championship because that's the plan and that's the goal. Good luck to everybody. Thank you for having us. And One Hughes.
Next, we'll bring up Coach Reeves in Milton High School.
Good morning. Thank you so much to all the Fulton County administration, the board members, local administration for allowing us to do what we love to do. It's been an incredible past couple years at Milton just with the back-to-back state titles, 15-0, but I don't want that to overshadow truly what our program is about and the fact that, you know, as a team, we had a 3.68 GPA last year. We had 19 guys sign scholarships totaling close to $3 million in scholarship money. We attack mental health issues. We have a mindfulness coach, a yoga instructor. Our guys go through classes about NIL branding, financial literacy, chances to grow spiritually. So truly, you know, championship or not, we try to provide a platform and a program and an opportunity that our guys are ready to go and attack the world and be men in whatever area they want to be by the time they leave Milton High School. We're built upon bet. It's on my chest. People have asked me, you know, what does that even mean? Brotherhood, effort, toughness. We try to make sure that every single game, you know, we're playing for the brothers to the left and to the right of us, but we're also playing for the brothers that laid the groundwork, the brothers that will come after us. Effort. We want to make sure that we empty our tanks from an energy perspective until our goal is achieved. Competitive toughness. Attack every situation with the same mindset. If I ask these guys to tackle someone that's 3 feet tall and then tackle someone that's 10 feet tall, they should run at them with the same intensity. My intensity does not change based upon what's in front of me. So that's how we're built, and that's what we're going to rely on this season, replacing 17 starters, see a lot of new faces. But fortunately, we do have some really, really good pieces coming back, some leaders, specifically the ones behind me. Number 2, Billy Waboda, linebacker, committed to Iowa. Number 3, Lawson Estes, uncommitted, but I think after a couple of games, that's going to change quickly. Number 12, Tristan Lester, committed to Marshall. And number 54, Madden Moniz, committed to Georgetown. These guys, I remember them playing back in middle school. They always play at a high level. They always do the right things. They are true leaders and true pace cars for our team. I'm excited about them, and we talk about what is our goal. You know, it's every team right now is breaking it down on state and state champs, but that's truly not attainable for every team. You know, we talk about reaching our ceiling as a team. Every team has a ceiling, and our job as coaches is to take our team to that ceiling, and we hope that it is game 15, but if it's not, we know that we took a team as far as we could possibly take them, and that's what we're going to try to do again this year. Thank you guys so much for your time, and go Eagles.
All right, next we will bring up North Springs High School and Coach Brock.
Good morning. I just wanted to thank our school board, Coach Glenn, and our administration at North Springs. Our administration, like all the administrations here in Fulton County, are doing a great job. Our program is growing and going in the direction it is, really because of our AD and our principal. Currently, we only have one community coach, Everybody else is a full-time staff member, which is tremendous for any school this day and age to be able to do that. And it's the leadership and the direction and the vision of our administration that's helped us accomplish that, especially when you're under a construction process like we are. These young men up here, they each represent something, and I'll get to that in a minute. But when they give up anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes a day to ride a bus just to get to practice and back, there's some great things happening in that from that standpoint. And we appreciate everybody that's helping us out with throughout the county, Johns Creek and some of the other high schools that have helped us, and the things that the school board has done to make sure that we have a place to practice and play. And we appreciate that. One of the things that we've accomplished this offseason is in the weight room. We went a little old school this year in the spring. And these young men are here because they are a part of that because of the leadership that they brought to the table for that. It's not easy to go old school in the weight room. Science says you got to do it this way, and you do all these great things. You can have all this fun and all these little fast workouts. But all of a sudden, when you got to do some crazy stuff and cleans and squats down to 13-inch box squats, it's a little bit different mentality. It goes exactly to the direction of our program and the culture that our program has gone in. Buying into that, we actually had 9 young men go up over 100 pounds in their squat this offseason. Each one of our players have to touch a box that's 13 inches off the ground. Basically, think a milk carton crate. That's how deep they have. If they don't touch it, it doesn't count. And we actually even had one young man go up 200 pounds. That's the mentality that we're talking about. 2 years ago, when I took over this program, we talked about Tiger Soup, sacrificing, finding the things to do that you've got to do. Tiger Soup is really special from the fact that you can't go to Publix, you can't go to Kroger, you can't go to Walmart and buy that tiger meat to create that soup. It's a sacrifice. And these young men are a representative of that. I love Marvel movies. Each one of these young men are just like one of those characters in a Marvel movie. They each have a superpower. And that's where our acronym this year, FAST, comes from. Over here on my far right, or my left, I apologize. My left is Fields. He represents, for our program, his superpower is fearless. As he's coming off of an ACL injury, the work that he's put in, to have the mindset. When he got into spring football, he didn't miss anything. He was right back to his old self. He's fearless. Our spokesman within the program of our seniors, Jackson Bradley, he's our accountability piece. To my right, Mr. Bryce here, selfless. He does whatever we ask him to do. It's not about how much playing time he gets. If I need him to go work on scout team, he doesn't say, Coach, but what about? He just says, yes, sir, and goes and does it. And the last piece, toughness. Isaiah, playing multiple positions for us. A lot of our kids got to play both ways. We got a lot of talent, a lot of speed coming back this year. We've had some great kids move in. But each one of these represent exactly what our program's about, being fast this year. And we just appreciate the support of our community and the things that we're doing. It's been a challenge, but these young men have raised their football IQ, and we appreciate everything they're doing, appreciate the support of our community and our administration. And we just hope that all y'all have a great year. See y'all out on the field. God bless.
All right, I'm sure you see a common thread, but next we'll bring up new head coach for the Northview Titans, Coach Drayton.
How's everybody doing? Like I said, my name is Mario Drayton. I'm a new head football coach here at Northview. First of all, I'd like to thank all the board members, Coach Glenn. Very big shout out to my AD, who was here, Coach Scott Squadron, who was the head football coach last year, who gave me this opportunity to allow me to grow this program. And so I know he loves Northview very much, and I'm very excited about the opportunity here at Northview. Right now, I've been here since May. We've had a great 3 months in the summer. The biggest thing for our program right now is we're just trying to raise the foundation and raise the effort level of this team. We have not been good these last few years, and I mean, it's not a secret to anyone. And these guys know that, but the one thing about these young men that I appreciate and I love about them is we're not going to let that stop us from being the best team we can be on that field on Friday night. We're not going to define our season on wins and losses. I know that's what the world expects us to be, but that's not what we're going to be. My biggest definition of success is that we're overachieving every area of our program that's on and off the field. We're going to do that. As you know, Northview is a very academically touted school. So these young men, they're going to work hard on the field, but off the field, that's the standard at Northview. And we want to bring the standard off the field, on the field, and I feel like we can do that this year. I want to talk about the guys that I brought with me. These guys are awesome young men, and the one thing I can guarantee you is these guys are excellent off the field in the classroom. We got Hudson Harper, offensive lineman, defensive lineman. He's a dog. I love his attitude. He goes hard in practice every day. A lot of times when we start practice, like the first person on the ground is usually by him. And that's the attitude that we have to have here at Northview High School. We got Adam Kenlin, who's an all-around great young man, plays every position on the offensive line, is willing to do every and anything you ask him to do, willing to sacrifice the things that he needs for the team to be successful. Okay, we also got Gotti Sabra, who's going to be playing linebacker and fullback for us this year. I've been very impressed with Gotti. I'm not going to be surprised he's an all-region type linebacker next year, man. He's just picked it up really well. He comes downhill, fearless, love his attitude, great young man. And we got Lucas Sears, who's also a linebacker for us, led our team in tackles last year. Again, great young man. And I can say that about everybody on our team. Our team outlet this year, we just want to compete every game. We're not trying to win because right now we're trying to solidify the foundation that Coach Swarza, Mr. Newhouse, our principal, has set for us. We're just trying to solidify that foundation. That's the biggest thing for us right now. We work on the principle, outwork everybody. And so all we want to do every day is we're going to outwork everybody. We want to empty the tank every single day. If we empty our tank, that means we can fill it more and things like that. So I want to thank everybody for this opportunity, and go Titans.
All right, next we'll bring up Coach Cahill and the Riverwood Raiders.
First, I want to thank board members for being here. We know that you can't give us everything that we want as coaches. We understand that, but I also understand, and we all do, that we know that you at least listen to us. And that's the most important thing to us, and we can at least walk away and feel like we have a voice for things, and we appreciate that. All the coaches in here know that when you walk into a meeting with your administration and the conversation starts with, what do you need and how can I help? You know you're in the right place. And I want to thank Dr. Smith and Coach Taylor letting me kind of know that I'm in the right place and I've got the support that I need to try to put this program together. 4 players that I brought with me today. On the end here, Brandon Leonard, be a 2-year starter at corner for us. Levi Pearlstein, that'd be a 2-year starter at safety. Chase West, be a 2-year starter at corner for us, and Zach Stair on the end is going to be a 4-year starter at receiver for us. These guys are the backbone, or part of the backbone of our program coming back. We have 15 starters coming back. We have 31 players who played significant time last year. We've had a really good off-season starting in January in the weight room, through spring ball, through the 7-on-7s, through the team camps, all that kind of stuff. We also realize that stuff is great, but sometime we have to translate that to 7:30 to 10 o'clock on a Friday night. And we are cautiously optimistic about where our program's is and what we can do moving forward. So I want to thank everyone for being here, and we'll see you all on Friday night.
All right, next we'll bring up another one of our new head coaches of Fulton, Coach Thompson and the Roswell Hornets.
I just want to start and say, obviously, thank you all for having us today. You know, coming from South Georgia the past 6 years, we didn't have anything like this. And so for Fulton County and Mr. Glenn to put on something like this that, you know, promotes these programs, these young men in these communities, I think it's awesome. We know we're blessed to be here, just like we're blessed to be at Roswell. I couldn't be more fortunate enough to be there with a great administration, great athletic director, Dr. Rayco Morris. He's here with us, our principal. Dr. Ben Suter's here as well, so can't thank them enough for everything that they do for us. Super excited about this year, right? I think that obviously at Roswell there's a tradition to be great, both on and off the field. And since I've gotten there, these guys have shown me the way on that. We've got a obviously tremendous challenge in front of us. the schedule doesn't get easy, whether it's non-region or region. We're excited about it and wouldn't be possible without these guys. So I'm going to kind of go through them. Fortunate enough to bring 4 young men with me today that are seniors, that are a part of a special senior group that have played together for a long time. And start with Trey Smith. It's our starting quarterback, all-region, all-state player for us last year. Had a heck of a year. Our Mike backer, Brody Duffy. Obviously, the quarterback of the defense does a phenomenal job for us day in and day out. Our starting receiver, Wills Campbell. Right, you can pull up the tape and watch him go to work every single day, whether it's both on and off the field. Again, another great young man. And then Nick Peel, who plays on both sides of the ball for us at running back and linebacker. Again, just a phenomenal group of young men, and that's kind of been the theme since I've gotten there. They've shown me the way, right? There's a family to this. Forget about me, I love you. I'm going to play so hard for the guy next to me that I'm not going to let them down, and it's not about me. And that's what Roswell's about. That's what the community is about, and we're so excited about this year, and we're looking forward to it. Again, a really special event, and thank y'all for having us. Go Hornets.
All right, next we will have the Tri-Cities Bulldogs and new head coach Michael Woolridge.
Good morning. First of all, I want to say thank you to the school board, Coach Glenn, and I want to recognize Tri-Cities administration, Dr. G, my proud principal, athletic director, Frederick Scipio. I also got my co-defense coordinator with me, Coach Massey. Does a great job, my right-hand man. Tri-Cities, it's an amazing place. First of all, I want to talk about, I know what I hear, when I got this job, it's a negative perception, a negative stigma on the program. So we look forward to getting that off. It's a lot of great things going on at Tri-Cities, and people need to come inside that building to realize that, first of all, and they will realize it's an amazing place. My saying is the standard is the standard. I get that from Mike Tomlin, one of my favorite coaches, the Pittsburgh Steelers coach. And we're going to have a renewed focus on details. That's the biggest thing we're bringing into Tri-Cities, how we do things, how we operate in the weight room. We're putting up the weight 2.5s at the top, 45s at the bottom. We run sprints, foot not on the line, behind the line, because that's the difference between 4th and inches and a first down. So that's the major thing we're implementing and incorporating into this program. A lot of energy. We returned 6 out of 22 starters. We're going to have a lot of guys that's inexperienced on the field this year, but it's a lot of talent with that inexperience at that. So a lot of speed. We want to raise the standard there, a standard of excellence. And I want to actually point out my athletic director, Frederick Scipio. We kind of see things the same way, and he give me pointers, we go back and forth, but he has a standard of excellence, and I'm the same way, so it has really can't trickle down to our young men. We're just ready to compete. We're ready to compete, we're ready to get after it this year. I'm looking forward to the year. We got a very competitive region. We're going to be competitors. Tri-Cities actually finished 6-4 last year. Made a playoff appearance. So we're looking forward to continuing that standard and, building on it to greater things. I brought 4 of my guys with me. Actually, I brought 5. I apologize for that, but I always do things in 5. Everything I've always done, I do in 5. I've been awarded number 5 in high school, so that's why I love doing things in 5. I got KJ Reeves with me. This is our emotional leader, linebacker. He's going to be the first one at practice, get the guys going, and he's going to work out any issues we have on the team. Darius Colvin is multifaceted. We can play him anywhere in the secondary. He'll play corner, he'll play free safety. He's like a Swiss Army knife. Ahmad Jackson, QB1, the smartest quarterback I have ever coached. And when I say that, this guy can look off his first and second read and go to his second and third progression in the pass and attack. And this is the first guy that I had that's been really able to do that. So I just really look forward. He can use his feet, his legs, his arm, anything to make a play successful. I got Nakia Jackson. Nakia Jackson will start on both sides of the ball, nickel type on defense. On offense, he can play inside, outside receiver. I can play Nakia at any spot on offense because he knows every route, every play, and what everyone should do. So it's great having a field general out there. My son, Mike Ward, he'll be a senior. This guy, if he stay low, he just causes havoc. It's hard to block him. He's going to put a lot of pressure on quarterbacks. So, he's going to have a monster year. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of the Fulton County community. I actually been in Cobb, I've been in APS, and as we said earlier, Fulton County is a great place. and you have to get around the Atlanta area to see that. I have witnessed experienced all areas of Atlanta, so I'm really excited. Like I said, once again, thank Mr. Glenn for giving me the opportunity. I'm excited to be a part of it, but I will guarantee one thing: you will see a big change in Tri-Cities football from this point forward. Thank you very much.
All right, and we will bring up our last school, Coach Mitchell and Westlake Lions.
Good morning, everybody. First off, I just want to say thank you to our superintendent, to our board members, to Mr. Glenn for this illustrious event. Once again, Ms. Warren, thank you for all that you do for South Fulton and what you do for the Westlake community. I also want to give a shout out to my principal, Ms. Principal Freeman, and then our athletic director, Mr. Byron Parker. Over the last 2 years, it's been a wonderful time here at Westlake. We are doing all that we can to be able to give our young men an experience that's unknown to anyone else. We want to provide them with an opportunity to become competitively excellent in everything that they do. And we do that through seeking these values each and every day: daily improvement, high standards, process-oriented goals, mental toughness, and leadership. As we started our off-season this year, we came up with the mantra of all in. Being all in everything that we do, and always giving all that we have in everything that we do. We want to express toughness, effort, attention to detail, and togetherness each and every time we step out there on the football field. Each and every day I tell our kids that's what I want to hear when coaches come up to me after a game and say those are some of the things that they saw throughout the game. Just some of the young men that I have with me. Right beside me, I have Mr. Dion Thomas. He's a UConn commit. He is a wide receiver and outside linebacker for us. Last year, Dion was an all-region performer. He had 36 receptions for 505 yards and 5 touchdowns. He also had 4 rushes for 10 yards and 1 touchdown. He has 33 Division I offers, and he'll be graduating in December to head up to Connecticut this offseason. We also have Mr. Leo Dorsey. He was an honorable mention all-region performer. He started all 11 games for us as a sophomore. He had total 45 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and then he had 1 interception and 1 PBU. Leo also is an IB student here at Westlake High School. He'll be full IB diploma when he finishes at Westlake High School, and he will also he's also at 3.8 overall GPA at Westlake High School. Lastly, we'll have Brandon Allen with us. Brandon Allen is a funny story. One day during the playoff prep versus Collins Hill, they said, "Hey, Coach, we need you to come out of inside." And they know I don't like coming out of inside. And they told me, "Come watch Brandon play corner." I said, we've been here all season. He has not played corner yet. Well, he ended up going. I come over there, and he's stepping and replacing so effortlessly against Travis Smith Jr., who's now a true freshman at Tennessee. And I literally just went to him and said, "Hey, Brandon, do you want to play corner?" He said, "Yes, sir. Whatever we can do to be able to help the team." I said, "All right." Well, he started in the Collins Hill game, and that's all she wrote. And now Brandon is sitting here with 14 Division I offers, and that's all because of the hard work and the dedication that he's had. Each one of these young men show exactly what our team is all about, giving everything that they have for each other to be able to be together on a Friday night and an everyday basis. We thank you, each and every one of you, for what you have done in South Fulton or even in Fulton County, and we wish you all good luck throughout the season. Praise the Lord and go Lions.
Okay, well, we've heard from all of our schools, and I think the message that we received today was just outstanding. I think it's been an outstanding morning. I'm looking for a great 2025 football season, looking for great things from Fulton County schools. I want to wish everyone the best of luck this season. You young men, again, you're students first. I'm expecting great things from you in the classroom as well as on the fields of play. Again, coaches, thank you for your hard work and your dedication to our students. Athletic directors, thank you for what you do. Administration, our school board, our cabinet members, superintendent, thank you all for being here today, and thank you for all your hard work. In closing, we do have some time for you guys to tour the facility if you'd like. Again, thank you all for coming out, and be safe and enjoy your weekend. Thank you.